Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Griffin here, and in today's video, we'll be covering some top side hustles that you could start right now to start earning some extra money each month. Who doesn't love that? I often speak about the idea of increasing your income, but then also the number of income sources on the channel when covering personal finance. But really, that is the golden ticket necessary in order to save more money, invest more of it, and hopefully one day achieve any sort of financial abundance and freedom. Any of this can only be accomplished through either investing and or a side hustle that is above your primary income source, which is most likely your job that you might tolerate but isn't necessarily what you set out for when you were a kid. So with this in mind, well, naturally I get a lot of people often asking me, I know I need to actually make more money, but how do I even go about implementing this into my own life? Which is totally fair. So in today's video, we'll be covering 5 different side hustles and income generating ideas that you can start implementing right now to supplement your income and your income sources. And for each one, we're going to be covering the level of effort required, how much money is actually needed to start, how quickly you could make your first $1,000, and then finally the level of passivity for each one. So with that said, let's get into it. And if making more money is one of your goals in 2022, make sure to drop a like on the video. It really helps the channel out. So the introduction of the internet literally changed everything in the way individuals and companies started thinking about business opportunity, and that maybe in the 1980s, an organization's market may have been bound by local scale. Well, the internet has since busted down all boundaries, and now a mom of 4 sitting in suburbia can sell her designer birdhouses to people basically all over the world. So in this light, the internet is synonymous with opportunity, creating an equal playing field for any person or organization to innovate and also carve out a market for their products and services. You can start making money online a million different ways, but rounding them up into 3 main categories, we can narrow these down to digital products first, like courses, online templates, coaching, then moving on into physical products like, say, a garlic press, a print of Walter White, or anything else that is a physical product, right? And then finally, we have advertising space, which includes ads, brand deals, as well as potentially speaking gigs. And what's great about digital products is their ability to scale and be replicated as many times as you end up selling the product. And this doesn't incur any increased fees associated with adding more inventory or any other type of overhead costs. So you can often start with very little money whatsoever, and the effort required to set up this side hustle ultimately depends on the complication of the digital products that you're creating in the first place. For example, I've created and sold many different digital investment templates that took only a couple of hours to create, and over the course of time that I've had those available for sale, they've generated thousands of dollars. So basically with a digital product, you can often invest time up front and then continue reaping rewards for a sustained period of time. That's really just one of many examples though that fits with my own audience and the content that I create, right? If you're any other type of expert in a field, well, you can create digital products that are going to actually match and replicate the expertise that you have in a given field. For example, cooking, fitness, really the sky is the limit here. Another common type of digital product is courses, right? For example, I've created an investment course for stock market investing. I've also created an investment course for real estate investing. Those are 2 areas that I have a much higher level of expertise in than most individuals that are going to be creating or consuming content, I should say, for these different types of investment topics. So that is something where I've invested dozens of hours into creating each course, but then you're able to sell those products and basically copy them for free because the time is invested upfront, and then after that, you're going to be creating income in perpetuity every time someone purchases a product from you. So basically, think of a digital product as anything that you can create and sell online through websites like Etsy, Teachable, Skillshare, or even your own Shopify website. Quickly looking over the stats here for digital products, starting with level of effort required, I'm putting this at 2 out of 5 stars. Ultimately though, this is going to depend on the level of complication and the type of digital product that you're creating, right? A spreadsheet on Excel might take a couple of hours versus a course might take you, several hours, maybe even weeks and months to create, but these are going to be able to be replicated over and over again every time that you sell a copy of the product. That's why for me, 2 out of 5 stars. Money needs to start, really you could start with $0, but we'll put this from a range of $0 to $250. Now your first $1,000, how long could this take? Really, this could take a couple of days, a couple of weeks, all the way up to a year, but realistically, you could start creating your first $1,000 in around a month's time, I would expect. Level of passivity, also 2 out of 5 stars, just because once again, you might need to maintain the product and update it over time, but once you've invested that money one time, then you're able to replicate it over and over again. All right, now physical products are potentially also a viable avenue for online income, which believe it or not, isn't only available or reserved for Jeff Bezos. Once again, the internet has now made it so that everyday people and companies can source products from overseas with the goal of reselling them on platforms such as Amazon FBA, eBay, or even their own e-commerce websites. And in fact, this is even something that I've personally done myself in the past, invest selling coconut openers on Amazon FBA. I know, sounds weird. But seriously, even though that does sound a little bit strange, well, I still managed to make around 35,000 USD in 6 months time with really little to no effort at all other than sourcing products overseas directly from my phone and just shipping them over to distribution centers in the US. Now, although selling garlic presses or cheese graters probably won't make you rich like some online gurus might make you come to believe, well, selling physical products online has made many people extremely wealthy over the past 2 decades. Just take a look at these mouse pads on Amazon that are generating hundreds of thousands of dollars each and every month. That's the power of reach and scale that e-commerce has now brought to business. But hey, you don't need to source products from overseas if that's not for you. If you're more of the personalized brand type, then you can use platforms such as Etsy in order to get your products distributed to people all over the world, right? Take a look at this listing that sells wooden door hangers for $70 and has 36,000 reviews. Just the income generated from people who left a review amounts to over $2.5 million. That's a lot of money. Don't underestimate wooden door hangers. Quickly looking over these stats for physical products, level of effort required, we're looking at 4 to 5 stars here, just because usually sourcing and creating physical products takes quite a bit more effort. Money needed to start, we're looking at a minimum $250, but probably a couple $1,000. Your first $1,000, again, this can take anywhere from 0 to 12 months. And then the level of passivity, we're looking at 4 out of 5 stars here. You're going to have inventory, you're going to have to be shipping things and dealing with customers. So that's going to increase the level of active work that you're going to be having to put into a physical business. For decades, television networks as well as professional sport teams have used their massive reach in order to generate income through advertisements as well as brand partnerships, right? Super Bowl 57 is brought to you by Frito-Lay, and for the low price of $13 million per minute, your ad can be shown to its 112 million viewers. Well, the exact same thing now applies to any type of content creator, be it a YouTuber, someone who has a blog, or any other social media or platform, right, that has a large enough audience in order to make income through advertisements as well as brand partnerships. So this is really no different than any type of legacy network that's selling their advertisement space, right? Once again, the internet has democratized this income source. Starting a blog or YouTube channel is really one of the simplest side hustles that you can set up, and it takes a lot more mental energy, momentum, and stamina to maintain than it does money. But of course, this comes with fierce competition. What makes a content business a lot more challenging for most creators, even including myself, is the ability to stand out of the crowd, which can absolutely be difficult, but when done right, is a fast track to success. For example, one of my friends on YouTube, Jake Tran, took this perspective and then broke it down to a science, literally carving out a brand new video niche that propelled his channel to over 1 million subscribers in less than 12 months. The beauty though is that you don't need to start with a fancy studio or thousands of dollars worth of filming equipment. You can literally start with your phone, the camera built right in, and what's most important, what's up here. Of course, now going through the quick stats, starting with the level of effort required, this is going to depend on just how dedicated you are to a content business and selling advertisement and brand deals. I'm going to put this at 2 out of 5 stars. However, this could go anywhere from 1 all the way up to 5 stars, depending on how much you are delegating. Money needs to start. Seriously, you can start with $0. Everyone has a computer and a camera, as well as, a brain that you can start writing ideas out. But if you want to maybe upgrade your equipment, you could look at less than $1,000. First $1,000, again, 0 to 12 months. Most people are able to do this though in less than 6 months. And then the level of passivity, 4 out of 5 stars. As you're creating more content and a larger backlog, people are finding your content, going back and viewing it, which typically has a compound effect over time. If you're not interested in creating physical or digital products of your own, well, that's totally fine, because once again, the internet's got your back by allowing you to actually market and promote the products and services of other companies without having to invest any of your own capital and time. This is what's known as affiliate marketing and complements very well any type of content business. So a blog, a newsletter, a YouTube channel, any type of content business where you're able to market and promote the products and services of other companies, typically with very little cost on your end. Similar to advertising and brand deals, so well, the name of the game when it comes to affiliate marketing is traffic. And I'm not talking 4 p.m. traffic on the freeway. I'm speaking about the volume of users and internet goers that are consuming the content that you have to offer on any one of your platforms. So in this regard, well, traffic equals money, because once again, the volume of people that are consuming your content is typically going to have a direct correlation with the level of engagement and also the conversion rate over to any of the products or services that you're promoting. Some companies and websites have even positioned their entire business model around affiliate marketing, where they still may be generating millions millions of dollars a year in revenue from commissions without ever having to even create or market their own products or services. A really popular example here in Canada is RateHub. It's a website that's going to match users with the appropriate credit cards as well as mortgages and other lending products to actual banks that are going to have the best rates possible. And just by referring these individuals, they're creating commissions on each one of these referrals. So that is an entire business that is created off of affiliate marketing. Going over the quick stats for affiliate marketing, level of effort required, really 2 out of 5 stars. Again, if you want to scale up this business, well, there's going to be more effort required. However, if you're just complementing affiliate marketing with your current business, that might be a content business, 2 out of 5 stars seems appropriate. Money needs to start $0. Seriously, first $1,000, again, anywhere from a month, maybe up to a year. Level of passivity, 3 out of 5 stars, because you're not creating and maintaining certain products and services. That is your own customer base. You're simply referring customers and viewers to the products and services of other companies. If I told you that the number one largest expense that most individuals incur on a month-to-month basis is housing, this probably wouldn't surprise you, especially with the rising cost of living lately. But what if I told you there was a way of offsetting your cost of living by re-engineering the way you view your accommodations? You see, most people view their housing costs as a fixed monthly expense that directly comes out of their monthly budget, hopefully. But as I personally implemented in my own life over the past couple of years, there are many different ways that you can offset your cost of living and even create a small side hustle out of it. So here are a couple of concrete and popular examples that I myself, as well as some other peers, have implemented into our own lives in order to offset the cost of living. Starting out with renting out a room in your apartment, if that's something that you're able to do, right? If you have a 2-3 bedroom apartment, renting out one of the rooms, of course, this is the simplest way of offsetting costs. Number 2, house hacking with a duplex. So purchasing a multifamily property, living in one unit, renting out the other. If you want to even take it one step further, doing exactly that, but then also having your roommate in the unit that you're living in. House hacking with a basement suite. So purchasing, say, a single family house that has a regular basement right now, converting the basement into an in-law suite with an external door. This is going to allow you to have another unit essentially in your home that you're able to rent out and again, offset costs. Finally, renting out maybe one of the parking spaces that you have available. Most apartments come with 1 or 2 parking spaces that you're able to maybe rent out one of them to get a couple $100s each month, or even if it's on your own property, you could do the exact same thing. Obviously, all of these aren't going to apply to your situation, but thinking outside of the box here as to how could I offset the cost of my living, which again is the largest expense on a month-to-month basis that most individuals are going to incur. By the way, if you want to learn more about purchasing property, which I know realistically has become a lot more difficult over the past couple of years, especially for first-time home buyers, well, I would highly encourage you to check out my entire real estate investing video playlist right here on YouTube, absolutely for free. In that playlist, I bring you through literally a couple of years back owning 0 properties to now having purchased, renovated, flipped, and kept multiple properties in my portfolio, including my house and multiple multi-family properties. So if you're interested in learning about real estate investing, actually take the time to check out all of that free content on my YouTube channel. That being said, if you don't have maybe $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 to invest into your first property, there are other ways that you can gain exposure to real estate without having to invest larger sums of money, and that's what's known as real estate crowdfunding, with newer platforms that have come to the market that I personally think are fantastic. One really popular one here is called Addy Invest. I'm personally invested into multiple properties and have a portfolio of around $3,000 on that platform. Basically, you can invest as little as $1 to gain equity and shares in a property. Just like you would a stock, you can invest into a specific property and then reap the rewards of appreciation over time, as well as some cash flows that you're going to be getting as a distribution. So if you're interested in checking out Addy, I have a link down below in the description. You can sign up and get $25 for free, and or also check out my entire review of the platform also on the channel. Now, another popular option down in the United States for crowdfunded real estate is called Fundrise. You could also check out that platform if you are American. Now, in regards to crowdfunded real estate specifically, level of effort required, 1 out of 5 stars. It is super low maintenance. Money needed to start as little as $1. Your first $1,000 is typically going to take at least a year, and obviously it's going to depend on the amount of money that you are investing. Then the level of passivity, we're looking at 5 out of 5 stars here. Of course, that is for crowdfunded real estate though. If you're looking at specific real estate, the level of passivity significantly drops down and the effort required is going to increase because you're now purchasing actual physical property yourself, maintaining it, and keeping up with tenants and collecting rents and so forth. forth. Again though, if you want to learn more about real estate investing, check out all the content on my channel. And finally, we can't speak about increasing our income sources without speaking about investing, of course. And in this case, I'm speaking specifically about stock market investing because the level of passivity is extremely high if you're approaching this from a long-term lens utilizing low-cost exchange-traded funds. So everything else we spoke about in today's video did have a higher level of activity rather than passivity because these are side hustles to start increasing your income. That being said, utilizing exchange-traded funds as well as dividend stocks, blue chip dividend stocks, are really a pretty much bulletproof way over a long enough period of time to create income for yourself and also increase the value of your investments and your assets. Usually speaking, when people are looking to increase their number of income sources, this is either through specific businesses and or investing, real estate investing, investing in stocks, as well as investing into other type of alternative assets. But looking to invest in the stock market is one of the first ways that you can start diversifying your income sources, again with as little as $1. The introduction of discount stock brokerages over the past couple of years has made it just so easy for people to start investing, even if they have a couple $100 each and every month, or even if you're starting with $10 a month. Getting into the habit of investing your money consistently and developing an investor and saving mindset is one of the most paramount ways to increase your wealth over time. Now, when most people think about stock market investing, usually the first thing that comes to mind is the trading floor in Wolf of Wall Street, or someone who's glued to their computer day trading and reading technical charts. That's not at all what I'm speaking about here, because wealthy people understand that over time it is super important to diversify your income sources. However, your time is best spent playing to your strength. And what I mean by that is investing the majority of your time into your highest income generating activity, usually either a job or a business, and then taking that substantial income and putting it into other asset classes that over time are able to grow on a passive scale. So when it comes to stock market investing with exchange traded funds and dividend stocks, the level of effort required really is 1 out of 5 stars. Money needs to start, again, $1. First $1,000 is usually going to be anywhere from a couple of months to a couple of years, depending on how much you've invested. And then finally, the level of passivity in this case is really 5 out of 5 stars. Now, if you're not necessarily sure what your investor profile is, right, what your goals are, what you're looking to accomplish, and also your risk tolerance, I would highly recommend that you check out my stock market investing course that I've made entirely for free over on Skillshare on a 1-month free trial. Used to be around $200, but especially with the state of the markets recently, I've decided that I want as many people as possible to get this knowledge. So you can go and check out the top link in the description, or one of those links, to get access to this course. Let me know down in the comments if any of these resonate with you and what you're focusing on to increase your income and your income sources in 2022 and beyond. If you enjoyed today's video, take a second, please do drop a like. It really helps the channel out. And also, of course, subscribe, hit the bell button to be notified of all my new and upcoming content. With that said, thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you in the next one.